Yeah, there was a lot of I don't. And it was a very intense episode, our wedding episode, you know. I think it was very real, and I think there were so many different ways that could have gone in terms of the love story and things happening, but I think that this was a very realistic portrayal of what happens when you fiercely care about someone and you have a very important bond and you know them as a person, but you know their heart and their soul. But if you haven't been through life with this person, how do you know that you're going to? And it makes it so much harder to make that commitment and say, okay, I'm committing to spend the rest of my life with you if I haven't really been through life with you. So it's very strange to kind of go through, and it's a very adult reason to break up. I think that it's easy to kind of, on Disney or whatever, portray a breakup as oh, you cheated on me, or I cheated on you, or we don't like each other as much, or there's someone else, or we're young. This one is, what do you do when you break up with someone that you are still so very much in love with, and how do you handle that, and how do you guys both grow, and the aftermath of that. It doesn't end at leaving him at the altar and making a decision to go separate ways, spoiler alert, but it doesn't end there. And I think that was the most important part for me, is being fully aware of the decision that Jessie was making. I think it's really easy for girls to pick a wedding dress and plan a date and play fairy tale in their head, but what do you do the next day? It's not about getting married, it's about being someone's wife. And so for me, I think it was a really cool learning experience, and has had interesting parallels that I've seen in my own life, I think, since, which just punches me right in the heart. I think my favorite thing about Jessie as a series is that it hasn't necessarily been about getting the guy. It hasn't been about winning the prince, which I really like, because every season I feel like she's almost a different kind of person. She grows more, and you see her learning, you see her becoming more sophisticated and worldly and metropolitan, as well as genuinely just never loses her conviction to who she is and who she began as. So she's such a certain person and grows so much that she needs a different kind of guy almost at different stages of her life, and it's almost easier to not even mess with that. So I think for her, it would be very cliche to have her kind of end up with the same guy the first guy that she met in LA. It would be easy for her to end up with whatever, getting back with Brooks. But I think for me, what I want to see Jessie do is not need a guy. She never really has, and I think it's very interesting to watch this kind of love story evolve, where she really is just learning how to love herself and fight for herself and make that happen, and that to me is a really great love story. Hey guys, it's Debby Ryan, and if you want more Jessie news, be sure to subscribe. What's up, Fanlalatv? I'm Debby Ryan, hanging out at Back to School Saturdays with Teen Vogue, and I am so glad you guys joined us. Love you. Jessie's coming back. I miss my crew, some incredible people, and the kids work kid hours, so they're there for 8 or 9